There is always a moment when the whispers become a map and the names begin to connect. By 2023, the Epstein case was no longer just about one man. He was gone, dead, buried under questions and conspiracy. But his web, the intricate network of financiers, politicians, celebrities, royals. What would come next? Who might be exposed? And more disturbingly, how far would people go to stop it? The untouchables. From the beginning, Epstein's circle had been filled with the untouchables, men and women who operated in boardrooms and backrooms, shielded by power and money. Some were household names, others barely public figures, but wielding astonishing influence behind closed doors. What made Epstein's relationships terrifying wasn't just who he knew, it was what he knew about them. The guest lists from his private island, the plane logs from the now notorious Lolita Express, the stories from young women who described rooms, conversations, and people, always in half whispers. And yet, again and again, the law hesitated. Names were redacted, cases sealed, evidence quietly lost. Trump was far from the only figure tangled in the web, but his name sparked the most heat because, unlike many others, he had the eyes of an entire nation locked on him. He had led the country. He was running to do so again, and more than once. His path had crossed with Epstein's, the binding force, fear. As 2023 turned into 2024, federal courtrooms began unsealing documents, part of lawsuits involving Epstein's estate and Ghislaine Maxwell's appeal. Some names dripped out. Not all were shocking. Some were exactly who the public had long suspected. But behind every unsealed page, there was a larger question looming: how much was still buried, and who had the keys to the vault? For those connected to Epstein, no matter how loosely, the fear wasn't just legal, it was reputational. One leaked photo could end a career. One corroborated statement could send someone to prison. One woman's truth believed could unravel decades of silence. In this climate, power became protection, silence, currency. And for Trump, the Epstein question was a ghost always behind him, always threatening to grab hold. Every interview, every rally, every press conference had the potential to trigger it. And when it came, he shut it down, not just because it was politically dangerous, but because the web was too wide, too complex, and too dark. Even a president couldn't explain it without unraveling something bigger than himself. Subscribe for next video as we divide into Epstein's creepy network, how fear kept people quiet, and how Trump's Mar-a-Lago may have been a key spot raising questions.